Hello, welcome to Climax TV. In this video, we will be discussing about the life of Diddy, the past, present and what the future holds for the American rapper. Who is Diddy? Sean Diddy Combs, an American rapper, actor, and businessman who has also gone by the names Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, and Love, is the founder of an entertainment empire that includes Bad Boy Records, the Sean John, a clothing brand, and Revolt TV, which has now disclosed a new ownership arrangement. Combs previously served as the spokesperson for the alcohol company Ciroc Vodka, a position that ended badly.
Introduce you to my newest creation, Ciroc Honey Melon. Goes down right with champagne, goes down right with Prosecco. Now that's that money green, baby. Let's keep dreaming bigger. Ciroc Honey Melon, available everywhere.
Combs was just 3 years old when his father Melvin Combs, who was born in Harlem, New York City, was killed. It seems that after a botched cocaine deal, Melvin Combs was mistaken for an informant. Combs said, "My father was a hustler, he was a drug dealer," to Revolt TV. "So, I learned early in life there was only two ways out of that, dead or in jail." He claimed to have his father's DNA even though he chose a different route. He declared, "I have his hustler's mentality." When Combs was younger, he had a propensity of puffing and huffing whenever he was upset, earning him the nickname Puffy. In 2021, he adopted Love as his middle name instead of John. In 1990, Combs left Howard University to take an internship with Uptown Records. At Uptown, he would ascend quickly, becoming an A&R executive and then vice president in due course. How did Diddy establish his business? Mary J. Blige, Heavy D, and The Boys, and other musicians have all called Uptown home. Combs is credited with discovering the notorious B.I.G., also known as Biggie Smalls' actual name, Christopher Wallace. Andre Harrell, the company's founder, sacked Combs from Uptown Records in 1993, though. Combs told talk show host Oprah Winfrey, "I got fired because there can't be two kings in one castle," adding that it was for the best that he was let go. He focused on launching his own musical label, Bad Boy Entertainment, and brought Biggie along. Biggie became the leading man for Bad Boy in 1995 after dominating the charts. However, Biggie was killed on March 9, 1997, in the midst of an East Coast-West Coast feud. The crime is still unsolved. His age was 24. A few months later, Combs, also going as Puff Daddy, released his debut album, No Way Out. The album includes the Grammy-winning B.I.G. tribute song I'll Be Missing You, which sampled the Police's Every Breath You Take and featured Biggie's widow, Faith Evans. At the Grammys, Combs won Best Rap Performance by a Duo or Group for I'll Be Missing You, while No Way Out took home the Best Rap Album trophy. What became of the lawsuit filed by Cassie? The singer Cassandra Ventura, also known as Cassie, sued Combs, her ex-partner, in November 2023. The lawsuit was settled a day later. According to Cassie, she met Combs in 2005 when she was 19 years old. And he was 37. She was signed to Bad Boy Records and seduced into an extravagant, fast-paced, and drug-fueled lifestyle, and into a romantic connection with him, one of the most influential guys in the entertainment world, her boss. Cassie claims that Combs kicked, beat, punched, and stomped on her in addition to raping her. She also claims he had her work illegally and insisted she keeps his gun in her purse. Combs refuted all of the accusations, but he did issue an apology for his actions in the CCTV film that CNN showed him abusing Cassie in a hotel hallway. Why does Diddy host freak-offs? Within a few months of their physical engagement, Combs allegedly informed Cassie in her lawsuit that he wanted to indulge in a dream he called voyeurism, which would turn him on to seeing her with another man. She claims that over the course of many days, Combs hired a man and gave Cassie instructions on how to have intercourse with him as he watched and touched himself. According to the lawsuit, Combs called the setup an FO, or freak-off. She claims that he would frequently inform her at random times that he wanted to have intercourse and that it was her responsibility to help find and hire the call girls.
They also seized evidence of the freak-offs, electronic devices that contain images and videos of the freak-offs with multiple victims.
The complaint states, he treated the forced encounter as a personal art project, adjusting the candles he used for lighting to frame the videos he took. From search to apprehension in March 2024, federal investigators in New York conducted raids on Combs' residences in Los Angeles and Miami as part of an ongoing investigation into sex trafficking. The raids were described as a gross use of military-level force by Combs' solicitors. 6 more months would pass before Combs was taken into custody in New York on September 16. What accusation does Diddy face? According to his unsealed indictment, Combs faces charges of racketeering conspiracy, forceful sex trafficking, fraud or coercion, and transportation to engage in prostitution. The Southern District of New York U.S. Attorney, Damian Williams, stated during a press conference that the charges were from 2008 to the present. The indictment alleges that Combs abused, threatened and coerced victims to fulfill his desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct, Williams stated. As alleged in the indictment, to carry out this conduct, Sean Combs led and participated in racketeering conspiracy that used the business empire he controlled to carry out criminal activities, including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice. Combs' federal charges also contain information regarding the supposed freak-offs that Cassie alluded to in her lawsuit. Williams said that the victims were routinely videotaped without their knowledge, that the recordings were used to quiet the victims, and that the victims were allegedly given illegal drugs to keep them docile. Additionally, according to the indictment, victims frequently received IV fluids to aid in their recovery from drug usage and exercise following freak-offs. What was discovered during the police raids? Williams disclosed during the press conference that weapons and ammunition from the March searches had been found on Combs' premises. Among them were a large-capacity drum magazine and 3 defaced AR-15 machine guns. More than 1,000 baby oil bottles and electronic devices that contain images and videos of the freak-offs with multiple victims were among the evidence of the freak-offs that were recovered. Will Diddy get released on bond? Combs has had 2 bail requests dismissed. His legal team put up $50 million as security, along with the equity on his mother's Florida house and his daughter's passports. His own passport was seized in April, but it was turned down. Combs' claimed history of intimidating witnesses and victims, including waving firearms to intimidate or threaten others, was one of the reasons bail was denied. Court documents include additional acts of intimidation that Combs and his friends are accused of doing, such as holding someone hostage and severing a car's convertible top in order to throw a Molotov cocktail inside and cause the vehicle to blow up. Where is Diddy now? At the moment, Combs is housed in Brooklyn, New York City's Metropolitan Detention Center. R. Kelly, Ghislaine Maxwell, and cryptocurrency scammer Sam Bankman-Fried were previously housed at the center. When is Diddy's trial scheduled? How long Combs will be detained before his next court appearance is unknown. Williams stated that Combs's case was still being looked at. Does anyone else have the potential to fall victim to Diddy's charges? Williams stated that additional charges and charges against additional individuals were possible. Over 50 victims and witnesses have been questioned by prosecutors, who have also urged any more to come forward. The Combs Enterprise, which comprises of his Bad Boy Entertainment record label and a long list of workers, including personal assistants and security, is also mentioned in the indictment. Members and associates of the Combs enterprise engaged in, and attempted to engage in, among other activities, sex trafficking, forced labor, interstate transportation for illegal activities, coercion and enticement to engage in prostitution, narcotics offenses, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice, according to the indictment. What happens if Diddy is proven to be guilty? If Combs is found guilty of the sex trafficking allegations, he could receive a minimum of 15 years behind bars. He may receive a life sentence if found guilty of the racketeering conspiracy allegation. Which litigation is Diddy the target of? In addition to the criminal allegations against him, Combs is facing numerous pending civil court proceedings. An unidentified woman accused Combs' musician, Aaron Hall, of forcing their way into her and beating her in the early 1990s, filed a lawsuit against them in November 2023. Joy Dickerson, a former associate, filed a lawsuit in the same month, alleging that Combs drugged her, brought her back to his house, and then sexually assaulted her. According to Ms. Dickerson's lawsuit, the attack was captured on camera and sent to a number of Combs' acquaintances. Another anonymous woman sued in December, stating that when she was 17 years old, Combs and two other men sexually assaulted her at a recording studio in New York City. Several of these lawsuits have been contested by Combs' legal team, who says they were bogus and filed too late in accordance with the law. In February of this year, producer Rodney Jones, also known as Lil Rod, who worked on Combs' most recent record, filed a $30 million lawsuit, claiming Combs had drugged and forced him into sexual acts, groomed and sexually assaulted him, and was trafficking in sex workers. The suit also identifies actor Cuba Gooding Jr. as a participant in the assault, accuses Combs' then-girlfriend Jennifer Lopez of unlawfully carrying a handgun into a New York City club, and says that Combs' high-profile gatherings provided him access to international dignitaries. Christina Coram, Combs' chief of staff, is accused of numerous offenses and is compared in the case to convicted Ghislaine Maxwell. In August, Combs' legal team attempted to have Jones's complaint dismissed on the grounds that it contained blatant falsehoods. The lawsuit is still pending as of this writing. Former girl band member Dawn Richard filed a lawsuit a few days prior to Combs' arrest, alleging that she had suffered physical and psychological abuse for years while Combs assisted her in launching her singing career. Talia Graves, a woman, filed a lawsuit on September 25, claiming that in 2001, Combs and his head of security sexually assaulted her and videotaped the incident in a New York recording studio. Even though there are still a lot of unanswered questions, it's obvious that Combs is in serious legal jeopardy right now. It's unclear how his arrest will affect his artistic legacy, given that his streaming numbers have increased in recent times.
About the game and know how it do to me. Without a girl on my side, the ruin me. Forget the world, girl, it's you and me. Now let's ride. I need a girl to ride with me. I need a girl to make me. I need a girl that makes me feel so good inside.
Thanks for watching. Kindly like, comment, share and subscribe to Climax TV.